repeat myself. All right, so we're going to be finding the least common multiple today. And so we want to remember that the multiple is just the answer or the product to a multiplication problem. So when we're working today, we're going to be working to find the least common multiple. And we follow the same steps with the least common multiple that we would for finding the greatest common factor. We're just looking for a different solution. So step one, when finding the least common multiple, is to list the first 10 multiples of a factor. So what I mean by that, if I'm listing the multiples of 2, it's really easy. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. I always want to list the first 10 multiples, okay? In other words, what I just listed here was, make my colon a little bit better. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And so I listed all of my multiples of 2, the first 10, okay? So after I've listed my first 10 multiples, anything Miss Neville's writing down, you also want to write down. My second step is to find the shared or common multiples So let's say I'm looking to find the least common multiple for 2 and 3. What I do here is I would list my multiples of 3. Remember, I'm listing the first 10. So after I've listed my first 10 multiples of each number, my second step is to find the common multiples. So I'm going to circle in orange, a color that we can still see, okay? And so let's circle the common multiples that they both share. They both share, where is my mouse? They both share the 6. They both share the 12. 12 is a common multiple between both of these numbers. And they both share the 18. Okay? So now I've listed those common multiples. When I want to find the multiple that they have the least in common, the least common multiple, would it be 18? Turn on your mic. Would it be 18?
No.
No.
Would it be 12?
No.
So what's the least common multiple?
6.
Yeah. And so my least common multiple here, would be 6. Any questions about how Miss Neville found the least common multiple here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let's go on to our second our next practice problem. So we're going to find the least common multiples between 6 and 8. Remember, we always want to list the common multiples to the 10, okay, to 10. My mouse is acting all wonky today, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is let's do G, K, let's just do G and K together today. Okay. So go ahead and I want you to start listing I want you to go ahead and start listing the multiples of 6 and also list the multiples of 8. You want to list the multiples of 6 and list the multiples of 8. Remember, we're just counting by 6. We're just counting by 8. Okay, so we should have our multiples listed. That's step 1. Step 2, now let's find what multiples they have in common. So say them out loud as you find them, guys.
$18.
8 times nothing equals 18, sweetie. 18 is not a multiple of 8.
$48.
Very good.
My bad, I accidentally put 3.
No worries, you fixed it, Pumpkin. Goodness. Okay, so what is our least common multiple? Someone turn on their mic and let us know what is our least common multiple here.
24.
24. So in the practice problems that you'll do today, not only will you list the multiples for each number, you're also going to have to identify the common multiples between each number, and then you'll have to tell me the least common multiple. I want to take you through those steps to make sure you're not making any mistakes. Going through those steps where you identify all multiples, identify common multiples, and then find that least common multiple. Okay? Our next example that we're going to be working on is 6 and 5. Remember, guys, if Miss Neville's going too fast for you, this lesson is being recorded, so you'll be able to watch this lesson on Schoology to help you out with any notes you may have missed or some points that Miss Neville made that you didn't hear the first time. So our step 1 is we want to list the multiples of 6 and 5. Go ahead and do that now, please. List the multiples of 6 and 5. You want to list the first 10 multiples of each number. Go ahead and get that done now. I'll give you another couple of minutes. You'll find that you have to know your multiplication facts in order to be successful here. Don't you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what are the multiples of 6? Can someone please turn on their mic and let us know?
6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, and 60.
Very good. And the multiples of 5, we should have had a blast with this one. Pretty easy. Someone say them.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50.
Okay, step 2. Now we need to identify. Now we need to identify the common multiples. Someone turn on their mic and let us know what multiples do they share.
30.
Any more? So not in the first 10, there are no more common multiples. So that's kind of our answer here. Our answer here would be, our lowest common multiple here is 30. Okay, so let's talk about the assignment that you'll be working on today. Let's talk about the assignment that you'll be working on today.